Okay, hello everybody. My name's Eery. I'm going to be streaming on the official Project Celeste stream today. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday. Couple things on the schedule for today. We're gonna have some show matches. First off, it's gonna be Eery versus Greeky. Then, depending on how things go, we might have some other special guests dropping in to maybe show us their gameplay and talent. Then after the show matches, we'll follow it up with an announcement. So if you can, highly recommend staying tuned to the end of the stream because you don't want to miss that information. Just get these guys in here. I had some game difficulty at the beginning. Game crashed, so those guys are probably still stuck in the previous one. So let's get in here. So thank you so much for Eery and Greeky allowing us to watch their games this Saturday morning. Should be some. I'm actually pretty excited for this. Okay, we're just gonna run a quick connection test here. Perfect. Okay, let's just get Greeky in here. I don't even see Greeky in here, but what's going on with this right now? Okay, there we go. That was weird. Okay, the first map is going to be Treasure Island. And Eery's chosen the Celts here, and of course Greeky is the Greeks. So let's hop in. Thank you, Pharaohs, for letting me know the music's too loud. Okay, so first map, Treasure Island. Fan favorite in the community. In the southwest, we have Eery in the color blue playing as the Celts. In the northeast, we have Greeky, color red, playing as the Greeks. Witnessing some camel slaughter by a Greek scout. Same with Eery. Got some nice crocodiles too on this hunt. So opening storehouse by both players. Okay. No barracks from either player yet. Oh, never mind. There goes Greeky. Let me see Eery throwing down his own barracks. Just check Greeky's vision if you saw that. He missed it, so he might be thinking that Eery's thrown down a dock, so he's going to go check the coastline here. Meanwhile, Eery's vision hasn't even scouted Greeky's starting location yet, so he's pretty much in the dark. So nothing fancy yet out of these players. Just going with the standard spearman opening. And actually, it looks like Greeky's going to be the one to push out across the map. It's kind of rare in this matchup. Usually it's the Celts who are the more aggressive ones due to their spearmen obviously only costing food and being a little bit faster. 6 speed to the 7. But already, this spearman's not going to have a good day. We're running into 3 of Eery's spearmen here. And Eery pretty much picking off this spearman for free. So a little ambitious there by Greeky, sending out the spearman by himself. And we see our first casualty. Or I guess human casualty. Eery checking the coastline to see if there's any Greek docks being built. Of course there isn't. Greeky starting to gather some stone for that Bronze Age second town center. Eery doing the same. Looks like Eery's going to try and put some pressure on this hunt of Greeky. Decides to retreat after seeing Greeky's spearmen. So Greeky a quarter of the way up to the Bronze Age. No Bronze Age in queue yet for Eery. Does have his 3 houses required. Or I guess that the Celts require in order to advance. We do see a little bit of a spearman skirmish here. Eery definitely has the numbers. 6 to 8. He's continuing to rally forward more spearmen. So Greeky is up. He has the resources for that second town center. Well, he have to be careful of where he places it because he does not want it to be denied by these Celt spearmen that are lurking just outside his vision here. Actually, he does see them with his scout, so it's good information to have. Looks like he is hesitating on where to build it. Does not want that. Ooh. Yeah, this is going to be a hard town center to get built. There's only one Hypaspis here for Greeky, so I don't think he can defeat this little force from Eery. And it looks like he's just going to drop it down within his first town center's range on these berry bushes. Meanwhile, we'll see Eery dropping down a dock. Does have the stone for his second town center, just needs a little bit more wood. So these Celt spearmen do take out one of Greeky's storehouses, but pretty much that hunt was used up anyways. Does have a lawn swordsman in this army. Greeky is getting out those storehouse techs. Eery, nice job, already has his handsaw. Let's see, first fishing boat is in queue. See Greeky throwing down an archery range for to try and push back these Celt infantry. Might want to throw on an extra villager just to get this archery range up a little quicker. He does repel Eerie's forces for now. Let's have 5 Hypaspis in this army too. There's only 2 swordsmen of Greeky or Eery. We're down a second archery range in response. Meanwhile, we see Eery throwing down his own archery range. Gonna get those Celt slingers. Looks like Eery does have his scout on patrol command. Keeping an eye on Greeky's coastline. Let's have a look at the villager counts. 30 villagers for Eery to the 31 for Greeky. So Greeky did get up his second town center a little bit quicker. But now that Eery does have fishing boat production, he should be able to pass Greeky pretty quick here. Now there is 2 talks in this army for Greeky, so he should be able to scare away this Celt infantry force. You see a second archery range actually being built by Eery. Well, we see a little raiding force here by Greeky, and he looks like did spot the storehouse. He might be able to pick off a villager here. Good reaction time by Eery, actually able to save all these villagers. Only losing that storehouse. So, meanwhile, we see a dock of Greeky being built, but right away Eery scouts this. He does have a swan ship in queue. Looks like Greeky's hurting for some gold here. Can't afford to get a trireme out. The spearman raid might be able to pick off some villagers here. There's a couple that are weak. Just take down one. Looks like he's going to get a second. Like, Greeky did have good reaction time there, but these Celt spearmen are just a little too quick. See a swan ship for Eery. More in a defensive position here. We see a trireme in queue for Greeky. Does look like these spearmen have gotten themselves trapped. Greeky should be able to clean them all up. There might be one lucky spearman who's on his way home to tell his stories. Meanwhile, we see a second force of Eery on the east side of the map here. Trying to find some stray Greek villagers. We see a sacred grove now finished being built by Eery. Gonna see some druids. You actually see an armory already built for Greeky, and he's getting that barbed arrow tech. Throwing down stables. He has a second barracks, so lots of military buildings being built by Greeky. Village count 50 to the 51, so both players really on top of their villager production. You see a little naval battle happening on Greeky's side of the map. Both players trading some arrow shots. Eery is retreating. Well, we see the game's first big engagement. It looks like Eery does have the upper hand. You can see he's doing a good job at slender tagging these Greek Toxotes. Looks like he didn't have enough of a meat shield. Only 4 swordsmen alive. So these Hypaspis are able to hold the line. Just see 2 docks for Eery. Just the 1 dock of Greeky, so his navy is gonna become way larger. See 4 swan ships coming in here. One is fairly weak though. Look at Eery's base. Throwing down a second barracks. Or 2 armories here. One for that double armory tech. Yeah, it's looking like Greeky does not have... Oh, he does take down one of the swan ships, so it's 3v versus 3. Looks like Eery's attention is a little bit elsewhere. Very nice by Greeky pulling this villager to repair this trireme. There's 2 pretty weak swan ships here from the Celt player, so Greeky should be able to take advantage here. Oh, you need to get those both ships sitting like 1 shot. I think he needs to follow that up before they get repaired. Have a look at Greeky's army tech. Just has that barbed arrow tech. And he needs to fix his wood line here. A little bit of a long distance gathering. Meanwhile, Eery is pumping out. Well, he has 2 armies, so he could pump out double armory upgrades, but looks like he's a little low on gold. These Celt long swords are pretty gold heavy. See, no net lures yet for Eery. He only does have the 2 fishing boats, but he is sitting at 6 swan ships now, and he did repair those weak ones up. Something I've noticed from Greeky, he's actually using villagers to build some forward watch posts. If we have a look at his vision here, he pretty much sees. He has a lot of good information here. Eery, on the other hand, does have his own watch posts. You see your second big fight here. You see a couple Seri here flanking these slingers, but oh, this is a really close battle. These Greek of Haspis actually doing work. We're able to defeat the lawn swordsman portion of Eery's army, even with that druid healing. Greeky slightly ahead in population, 70 villagers to 74. Well, we do see Eery's navy wiping out Greeky's. He will take down this dock, and this villager. His days are numbered. So I actually missed it. Greeky did manage to get up to the Silver Age, and he has, or is building his 3rd town center here. It's Toxodi champion in queue, so he might want to wait for that upgrade to finish before fighting this Eery's army here. Let's have a look at Eery's armory tech. Did finish all the Bronze Age ones, so Eery's army is going to be pretty pop efficient. Greeky, on the other hand, did get the melee armor. See a couple Seri here, thanks to this watch post, are able to spot these markets being built by Eery. Should be able to take out this villager and deny it. And now that Eery's won this the water battle, he's deleting some swan ships just to free up some pop space. And Eery is on the way to the Silver Age. 79 to the 87. Don't know how Greeky managed to get such a big villager lead all of a sudden. He does have a lot of caravans in queue, but that shouldn't be counted yet until they're built. That was a big jump. See, I don't see an academy yet for Greeky. It's a unique building to the Greek civilization that has some pretty unique techs. Look at their storehouse techs. We see Eery doing, or Greeky doing a very good job. See some Paspis here. They have something against pumpkins, taking out that farm of Eery's. Paying for it with their lives. So Eery throwing down his third town center. Continuing to build some barracks. So Greeky reaching that max population of 180 to 180 that's possible in the Silver Age. So should be looking to maybe push in here in the next minute or so while he has the advantage. Here he is trying to throw down some walls. This Greek Padromos is going to pick off this villager. Oh, we see Eery making some woad raiders. He has 2 markets here beginning that caravan production. See a little Paspis raiding force from Greeky trying to get into Eery's wood line. Should pick off a couple villagers. This might be a way of Greeky trying to free up some population space. He's actually getting some good value out of these Paspis. We see some woad raiders here from Eery going into Greeky's market line. Picking off a couple of caravans. I don't see an academy from Greeky, but he is on top of all of his armory techs, pretty much having all the Silver Age ones completed. Greeky is on the way to the Golden Age. Eery is quite far away from going to the Golden Age himself, struggling a little bit for gold. Throwing down a defensive fortress here in front of his base. Good spot covered in a stone and a gold mine. Let's have a look at the villager count. 98 villagers to the 81, so Greeky almost has a 20 villager lead, so his army is a little bit smaller. 34 Toxotes here though. There is 35 slingers, 14 bowmen. Greeky is trading pretty efficiently here though with his range ball. Able to take out a lot of that Kel infantry with a couple volleys. Sitting out of a lot of gold, so once this Golden Age hits, he should be able to get in a couple good upgrades to really buff his army. Let's see what he chooses to do. It's almost 2k gold in the bank. You see a nice Woad Raider flank though, getting on top of these Toxotes. See a Sulfurite champion in queue for Greeky, which might not be a bad choice. There is a lot of ranged infantry units here for Eery. See Greeky trying to throw down his own fortress. Does Eery spot this? Doesn't see it. It's just out of his vision. Do see a siege workshop built for Greeky, so probably be looking to build some ballistas. He's throwing down his 4th town center. Gift of Sequana being researched for Eery, which improves that druid healing rate. See some woad raiders. Okay, Greeky did do a good job building a wall here. It is only no upgrades on this wall, so these woad raiders should be able to get through it pretty fast. To see a nice double attack here from Eery. Was able to pick off a couple villagers on this forward gold mine of Greeky. These horsemen are getting even more kills. See compensant bow being researched for Greeky. Give his Toxotes more range. be careful. There's a lot of slingers here. But Eery just doesn't have the meat shield to protect his own range units. This horseman actually being cleaned up pretty quick. His Wold Raiders are being caught by these Greeky pacifists, who make quick work of them. Is picking off a couple of villagers though on the wood line. 79 to the 85. So, despite being down, Eery has taken the villager lead and is on his way to the Golden Age. Swanship still being a little bit annoying, able to deny these. Looks like Greeky is trying to throw down some towers. He actually might be in range at this gold mine. Prodromos champion in queue for Greeky. Also making a couple ballistas, some hoplites. Okay, so I did see some Greek fire arrows, so he has to have an academy somewhere. Am I blind? Must be blind. Pretty sure this fortress was shooting fire. Never mind, these Toxotes don't have it yet, so it obviously doesn't have that tech. And once these ballistas can join the main force, right, we do have one in Greeky's army, start knocking down this Kelp fortress. This is a pretty scary army from Greeky. You see 20 Wold Raiders here though, denying Greeky's markets. But it's kind of a game of chicken at this point. Which player is going to bite first? Eery's going to choose to run away with these Woads. It looks like he's just going to sack them. She's sustained enough. Eery's continuing his horseman production. And I guess it's to try and fight Greeky's Prodromos raids, but like Carpentomes might be a better choice. Oh, and a very good flank by these Wold Raiders. Do manage to pick off 2 ballistas. One still in this army. Oh, and this one Wold Raider does take out the last ballista, so yeah. Nice move by Eery. These Toxotes are just so effective. Eery is hurting for gold. He actually has 0 gold villagers. See how many caravans are getting him 97 gold, so he just needs to hold on. Just be trying to make more Wold Raiders.
Blessings upon you. Thanks for all the hard work, dev team.
We see a donation from RexG. Thanks for all the hard work, dev team. Yes, thank you so much for the Project Celeste dev team with their great work. Thank you for the donation. So we're playing this by ear. It's not necessarily a best of 3. We'll see what the players want to do. So Eery does manage to clean up Greeky's army here. Also, Greeky is on a little bit of a gold crisis. Did have those markets destroyed and desperately trying to build 3 more to get that gold income coming back in. Do you see Carpentomes being produced now by Eery? Let's check out his armory. Couple Golden Age techs missing. Same with Greeky. Storehouse techs pretty much all done. That's all his farming upgrades, so his food eco, as you can see, is skyrocketing. 85 villagers to the 74. Actually see a little bit of a raid here with a couple Kelp bowmen. Standing under a town center is not a smart idea though. Couple more coming in, and he has these boats on the water, so does have a good fallback position. Getting these ranged units in the market line, he'll be able to take out a lot of these caravans. Greeky's army is a little bit out of position. He's bringing a couple Prodromos to try and deal with this. Looks like he has given up on the ballista production after seeing his first 3 go down pretty quick. Prodromos, they don't have the best Pierce armor. 0.44. You see a couple Sophori though. They should be able to clean up these bowmen. Meanwhile, more Woad Raiders. Being pesky in the market line of Greeky, taking out a couple more caravans. Eery is just trying to buy himself some time so that he can get those important Golden Age upgrades. And he does see that Carpentum champion, Bodkin arrows. I just feel like the longer Greeky waits here, it's going to be hard for him to do the finishing blow. See, he's forced to have his army run all the way or all over the place to try and deny those Woad Raider raids. Say that 5 times fast. So one thing I'd like to see from Eery is building some augers and maybe doing some rites. Always cool to see that animation and those game dynamics being used. It's actually a pretty good cavalry force here from Eery. It's actually taking out this town center pretty quick. There's Greeky's army is way out of position and won't be able to respond to this in time. He's pulling some villagers to try and repair this. These Sarasophori do counter these Carpentums. There's a lot of horsemen here from Eery. Eery is just buying himself so much time. A lot of infantry units here from Greeky. They just can't keep up with this cavalry force. Oh, there's 34 caravans in this screen alone. If those Carpentomes find this one group, that could be devastating. Poor donkey caravans. He down at 86 villagers to the 82, so he's still, despite all these losses, is up in villagers. Eery finishing up those Golden Age armory techs. Meanwhile, Greeky is missing the laminar armor. Eco-wise, Greeky does look like he's ahead. 6k food, 3k wood, 2.5k gold in the bank. There's the famous Celt auger. Some sacred deer being built by Eery. Keep an eye on that. More Woad Raiders just trying to get into those markets of Greeky. Looks like Eery is dictating the pace of this game right now with his raids. This is the first attack of Greeky we've seen in a while. There we go, we do see a rite of Andrasta from Eery. Increases the damage of all military units by 15%. So he's able to take on that town center really quick. And a lot of these caravans. So Greeky is actually capped at 160 of 160, so Eery does have a 40 population lead. Greeky Greeky just doesn't have an answer to this Celt cavalry force or composition. I think Padromos and Sarasophorai should be able to trade pretty efficiently. These Carpentomes just have such good range advantage. Now we see 28 caravans of Greeky idle here. That town center got denied. "78 villagers, 75, so Eery now on top. So a lot of hoplites here for Greeky, and they're not hoplite champion. Oh no! Eery does find all these caravans of Greeky, and if these go down... Oh, and Greeky's tapping out. Just all of a sudden he ran out of gold. Those multi-pronged attacks from Eery. Able to gold starve Greeky. Wow, what a game. Good, well played by Eery. I feel like Greeky definitely had the advantage. I just could not muster an army to finish Eery off. Okay. So we'll get going into game 2 in just a second. Let's go over the post-game stats. So Eery actually gathered a little bit more resources than Greeky. It was pretty close though for a 31-minute game. Attacks are fairly even. Greeky slightly in favor. Villagers 151 to 121. Units kill actually in favor of Greeky, so it was a really close game. I just think it came down to really good raids by Eery. Able to keep those caravans of Greeky from gathering. Okay, let's let these players change civs if they choose so. And we'll come up with the next map. Okay. So just letting players choose their second civs. Okay, looks like the next map Greeky's chosen is Ghost Lake. Just gonna get a co-caster in here. Let's see if this works.
Ahura Mazda, bless.
Moment here. Just trying to figure some shit. Whoa, can you hear me? Just check out my mixer. Whoa. Okay, I can hear you now.
Thank God.
There we go. Let me just turn down this game volume.
Right, so screen sharing is not an option, right? So I will have to join the game.
I think so, because I'm playing in full
Right.
screen, so it doesn't let me.
We'll see how it is for a game. Just I'm in game. I'll say something in general chat right now.
Okay.
Hello to the stream.
Yeah, hello stream. I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Worrywout. He's going to be co-casting this game 2. So did you watch that whole game 1?
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty amazing for a game 1.
Yeah, it was a really close game. So
exactly what you would expect for a first game.
Yeah, between these guys, both players played really well. It's pretty back and forth. Okay, so we're going to get into this game 2, Ghost Lake. Looks like Eery's pulling out his Persians, and Greeky's sticking with the Greeks.
Very interesting. Yeah, people were saying in the chat that Eery was a bit rusty, but seeing that first game, especially at the end, I think he was on fire.
Yeah, he found his groove, that's for sure.
Sending units everywhere.
So maybe they were saying it was a little laggy during game 1, so I might just resign at the beginning just to maybe help them out. We'll have to see if this works.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I remember it was always a myth in the original game whether resigning would reduce lag.
Yeah.
But then in Project Celeste, actually one of the lead developers confirmed, I think Rydak or Verdak.
Mm-hmm. It does? So it does actually help out?
Yeah, I think what he said is it reduces some of the packages sent and or packages transferred. Or I'm not an expert on this topic, but...
All right, so then maybe we'll do that.
It may help. So the downside is that you cannot see people's vision anymore. But
yeah, okay, maybe we'll just keep it for now, unless it gets really bad.
It seems fine.
Yep.
All right, so Ghost Lake.
Mm-hmm.
Still playing as Greek.
So yeah, I guess in the north we have Eery in the color blue, playing as the Persians now. In the south of the map we have Greeky, color red, playing as his Greeks.
You are doing the spins, right?
Oh, yes, the spins. Not as talented as you. You got it down to like an art, eh?
Exactly. So one thing I really like about this map is Ghost Lake. It was made by Recon. It's one of the newer maps. Is that there's 9 sheep on the map. So at the start of the game, you have a sheep war.
Yeah.
So my tactic when I play this map is I only kill one of the hunts with my scout, and then I quickly go and gather all the sheep. And I think, if you look at Eery's base, he killed 2 deers, 2 groups of deers, and as a result, he has not a single sheep.
Yes, Greeky does manage to claim all 9. That's actually good information to know. Is it always 9 sheep, or does the number change?
It's exactly 9 always.
Always 9 in the center pond, right?
Yeah, so they're at the edges of the center pond. So and 9 is also a really great number because there's 3 groups of 3. So that's an uneven number. So well, one player will usually get 2 and the other one will get 1. So there's always one winner. And even if you're fighting for one group, there's also an uneven number. So I really like that Recon chose to put 9 sheep.
Yeah, it's very cool. One reason I like to play Norse on this map too, because you do have that second scout, so it does help you win this sheep war.
Exactly.
We actually see Greeky did find 2 more on Eerie's side of the map, so it's definitely ahead in this regard.
Yeah, so the way that works is that Ghost Lake is like every other map where it's either herdables or some extra huntables like boars or elephants, and in this case we have even more herdables.
Oh, Eery does actually steal them back, but he's just sending them to Greeky's base anyways. What is this play?
This is Eery's signature move. He's been doing it for a while now. Well, he's up 1-0. I mean,
yeah, maybe he's just
being confident.
We actually see barracks for Eery and a couple Sparbara crossing this frozen lake now.
All right, so the stream is saying that my volume is a bit low.
Okay.
So one thing you could do is in Discord, if you right-click my name, you could try and turn it up.
Sure, let's try that. Turn down the game volume a little bit too. That should be better.
Yeah, were you able to turn me up?
Yep. So one thing with the 2-minute chat delay I don't like, you can't really see the comments until it's like a little late, but and we see Greeky's desperately trying to get down his second town center, but he's kind of under pressure here with a couple Sparbara. These units have
doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, he is. These Sparbara are just so tanky when it comes to pierce, like resist. Let's have a look at the villager count, 14 to 16. So it looks like he was able to pick off 2 villagers there. Pretty greedy opening build by Greeky, especially versus a Persian player.
Exactly. I like how he's switching things up. Not always doing the barracks first and being a bit unpredictable.
Yeah. It's nice to see some new builds. Don't know how.
9 Sparbara. That's scary if you don't have a single unit.
Yeah. He still needs like 80 wood though to get a barracks up himself. I mean, he has a couple trees by that second town center that he could gather. Yeah, I don't think it's worth repairing that storehouse.
There's just one villager very low.
Oh yeah, it does pick it off. It's pretty rough here for Greeky. I mean, it's nice that he has these 8 sheep.
So, were you able to turn my volume up as well?
Yep.
In Discord?
Is it still low?
No, I think we still have to wait for the 2 minutes. I'm just checking, because of course chat is going wild.
Yeah.
It should be fine.
Okay. Greeky actually throwing 2 storehouses on wood, kind of delaying his barracks even more. I feel like he might be a little nervous under this Eery pressure. Nice walls though.
Yeah, what do you think about the walls?
I mean, it feels like he kind of needs it at this point.
I'm a bit scared for this barracks that's going up now.
Yeah, only building it with that
games.
one villager.
Yeah, I've had too many games against Eery where I was building a building, and Greeky knows it. I was building a building, and halfway during it's getting sniped.
Yeah, maybe I need a whisper just so our voices match each other.
I think you have a pretty good streaming voice.
No, Pharaoh's is saying I'm yelling and you're whispering. Let's try that. Okay, I adjusted you a little bit more. So he does get up that barracks. I'll resign too.
We are all across the world.
Yeah.
That's in this game. It's always a little bit tricky then. Seems to have worked for now. We will see. Otherwise, I'll just come back at the end of the stream.
Sure.
If you don't mind.
Yeah. Want to make this as playable as possible for these guys.
Yeah, so back at home for Eery, we see he has his town center in a very nice spot, and he's going for the 1-1-1 strategy.
Very cool. Yeah, haven't really been able to look at his base. There's been so much action on the Greeky side of the map. Look at all these military buildings he's trying to get down. And Eery's like just denying them all. Ouch. We do see a second archery range for Eery as well. So look at this. Let's have that handsaw attack. Looks like Greeky is finally managing to get rid of these Sparabara.
Yeah, these Sparabara, they have a lot of value.
Yes.
So the chat is saying it's still a bit low. If you could turn me up a little bit more, or am I already at the max?
So what I did is I actually, because I guess you're coming through the desktop audio. Now that's higher than my mic audio, so maybe that was just fairly recent. So maybe let's see if that fixed it.
I see.
Okay.
I also mean in Discord, if you right-click my icon, there's a volume manager.
Yeah, you're at full 200% now.
Ah, okay. I guess it's just my mic. I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I should shout a little bit more.
Get angry.
I just remember I participated in Happy Smurf's developer streaming sessions. I think it was last week, and then I watched back the video and my volume was way too loud, so it was basically me shouting. So now I kind of feel like I should be whispering. Oh, there's a push coming in from Eery, and there's a very low HP villager.
Eery does spot that and is able to target that. Really nice pickup.
I think he may have even right-clicked the low HP villager, so very nice play by Eery.
There's two town centers, though. I don't think Eery can push in there with at least the army he has now. He's going to need some more tank line for his bowman, that's for sure. Have a look at the villager count. 42 for Eery to the 45 of Greeky. Just kind of surprising.
Yeah, so Greeky did get his town center up a lot earlier. And even though he lost some villagers, he was a lot faster than Eery. Remember, Eery, he made like at least 10 Sparabara.
Yeah. It's a really close fight here, but I do think Greeky is going to clean it up. We do see yeah, getting on top of those Toxodi. You see that one Sarasophorai too on top of Eery's bowman.
A very close fight, and I noticed that Greeky, he doesn't have any spearmen. I think he's still kind of in the Greek against Kelp mindset.
Yeah.
So should keep an eye on his queue if he starts transitioning to spearmen, because as the Asabara count grows, you really need some spearmen.
How about if you're the Persian player, Eery, do you choose to build your own spearmen, or would you just stick with Sparabara in this case? Like, there's only a couple Sarasophorai.
I would always build at least a few spearmen.
Yeah.
As there's Sarasophorai. On the other hand, I always feel the Sparabara are pretty good against Greek because the Greek army is does so much pierce damage.
Yeah.
The Sparabara tanks so much pierce damage.
And I feel like if the Persian player does go with the Sparabara infantry, it kind of forces the Greek player to make these Sepaspus versus, say, Spearmen. Okay,
Yeah,
chat.
so you need to find the right balance.
Yeah, so chat's saying the voices are better now, so that's good.
Thank God we don't have to worry about that anymore. Chenla is saying it's impossible for me to get angry. I think if the sound issues would persist for another 5 minutes, I would be shouting.
Yeah. Your neighbors will be like, what's going on over there?
Greeky is doing a really nice job mixing in some watch posts all over the map.
Yeah, he's something I've noticed he's getting really good at doing. Even uses villagers to do that. So despite being under all this pressure, he has seemed like he's stabilized. He's keeping up in population with Eery.
Yeah, and at the same time he was also investing in a lot of tech. If you look at the back of his base, he has an academy, he has 2 armories.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I didn't see an academy out of him the first game. That could have probably helped him out. You just forgot it.
What upgrade in particular from the academy are you thinking of?
Well, that Agogi discipline is always nice because Greek units train a little slow, and that philosophy tech is just amazing. Like the sooner you can get that tech in a game, the better. Just speeds up everything.
Yeah, 40% is just 40% less research time is just insane. I especially like to see when people age up and they have philosophy research, just how fast the H3 or H4 goes.
So you see a couple raids all over the map. Asabar from Eery, Seraph Sorcerite for Greeky. Watch posts all over the place. Eery's actually choosing to destroy this one on his side of the map in the north with a villager. So Eery's actually sorry.
What?
Eery's on the way to the Silver Age.
Yeah, so what do you think are the main things Eery wants to get here from his Silver Age?
I don't play too much Persia, but versus Greek, I mean, Asabar Champion's probably the number one. Maybe Bowman Champion number 2. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm looking at Eery's army, and he does have more than 40 bowmen.
Yeah.
So I think those two. On the other hand, I think Eery has to choose. He doesn't have that much gold. He just put a lot more guys on gold, so I think we will be seeing both those upgrades.
Yeah,
Does he have Sparabara champion? No, he doesn't have Sparabara champion. Actually, he doesn't have any Sparabara anymore anyway.
So Greeky did get the philosophy tech, so he's going up to the Silver Age pretty fast here. Not too far behind Eery. But he is getting caught here in the center of the map. Spearman actually snaring his army. Lose a couple Toxodi. See a lot of Toxodis. See a dip in his score. Third town center for Eery being dropped, and he's starting those 2 markets in the east. That's going to be a great market line if you can protect it.
I remember last game when this happened. Greeky's watch post was a little bit closer, and he noticed.
Mm.
There are some scouting sheep there near those markets.
See a nice raid from Eery here, picking off a couple villagers on this gold mine. It's actually choosing to fight these spearmen. I mean, he has the numbers advantage, but the reinforcements of Greeky are going to scare them away. Very good Eery raids. Another gold mine raid kind of on the west side.
And I think this is how Eery managed to beat Greeky last game, taking advantage of the Greek army being a bit slower than the average civilization in this game. Just attacking on two sides and having the Greek player run around.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do notice from Greeky, he's pretty like disciplined when leaving a couple spearmen like around his base, all around his base. So he's pretty good at denying raids, but it's just that mobility factor.
Check, you can be as good as you want and leaving units everywhere.
But yeah, when it comes down to a main fight, though, you kind of need those numbers, right?
Eery is losing a lot of units on the left side. Are you seeing this?
Yeah, a lot of spearmen went down there.
Guess he's just trading them in for different units. There's not much army being traded, and the resources banked are going up.
Eery's sitting at 10 gold, so he is starting that caravan production now.
I think he had kind of an awkward gold transition. Greeky is actually on a mission with a villager on the left side. This is a very ambitious villager.
Very ambitious indeed. Gets shot by this town center and doesn't care. We'll see Eery's bowman kind of being ambitious here. They don't have much meat shield, so if they get caught here, I mean, you could always kite and trade pretty effectively, but now they're running for their lives.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the wall on. He doesn't have a gate on the right side, so he's running all the way around.
Oh no, he's gonna catch these 9 villagers of Greeky maybe.
By the way, did you see about the new update today? On gates?
Yes, I saw that. So, thank God for that. That's an amazing update.
So maybe for those of guys in the stream who don't know, before if you had a villager or a unit or a deer standing close to a wall segment, you weren't able to make that wall into a gate. And now, almost 10 years after this has been into the game,
finally fixed.
It's been fixed, yeah. It's great.
Yeah. On the east side, we see 9 wood villagers here from Greeky about to get sniped. Villager count 54 to the 86, so Eery's up 30 villagers.
Oh my god.
These raids have just been insane. Greeky is desperately trying to wall off the west side of the map, but Asabar just knocked down these walls, her Age 1 walls, pretty quick. See, yeah, Eery's got max trade out of these caravans.
Wow. And if you look at Greeky's base, he doesn't have a market line at all yet. He's just built his first market. The other one is not under construction.
So there's even more villagers on this back gold deposit. He really needs to finish this bowman mass of Eery.
Yeah, these bowmen have been playing with fire for a while now.
Yeah.
And I think now it's over for them.
Finally gonna get burned. Maybe not. Just a little weird micro there from Greeky.
I think he could have gotten more out of that.
I think so. And then we see some mounted archers and Asabara coming in from the other side now.
He's just doing such a great job distracting this big chunk of Greeky's army on the right side of the map.
Yes. So Greeky is trying to build up some markets. He has 9 spearmen on the west corner defending them. Like one thing Greeky could do here, Ghost Lake is a pretty large map. Maybe try and stay away from some of these slow infantry units and focus more on some Prodromos and Sarasophorai.
Yeah, so Trelurcules earlier in the chat was saying that Greeky never transitions. So I think what he meant is usually some players like to transition especially when the game goes on this long. I mean, we're 20 minutes in now. They like to transition into a cav-based or a fast-moving army.
Yep.
And Greeky always likes to keep a big tux count, some hoplites, slow-moving units.
He just has his army kind of just chilling in the middle here. I think at some point he might just have just enough's enough of being pushed around and try and make something happen on his own. This is kind of what happened in the first game. He just Eery constantly distracting him with these little raids. I feel like Eery is, I guess both players at 180 pop. Eery is up about 30 villagers, so Greeky's army is a little bit larger. Just needs to get that one good fight.
And he kind of needs to make something happen now. He's just being a bit indecisive in the middle of the map. Well, Eery has a much larger economy. He's just gathering so many more resources, getting all the upgrades. He just got his final H3 army upgrade, while if you look at Greeky's army, he's 4 upgrades behind.
Yeah, that's huge. And Eery could actually go up to the golden age here. Just needs 4 more stone.
There's no excuse for not being in the golden age right now. So many resources banked up.
Yeah, just need to sell even just 1 batch of food or something. These bowmen still getting some value in the back of Greeky's base. Taking out a couple farmers. They look like they're going to be cleaned up. Greeky can actually look to do some good damage here. His army's pretty big. There's not many units to defend for Eery.
This is a very big army here.
He could just sit right in between these town centers, get right in the market line. That's kind of what he needs. Do you see Eery starting to make some Takabara?
Oh, I love it.
Wonder if we'll see that. Does he have a war academy? We'll see that unique tech. Gives him that crazy range. This is a pretty good spot to be for Greeky.
This is a very nice choke actually as well. He just has this Tux bar, 42 Tuxodis, killing all the caravans. And Eery is still gathering from some gold mines.
He's sitting under this town center, but he's definitely doing some damage here.
Oh god, it's not going well for Greeky at all actually. I think what we're also seeing here is the big armory difference. And just a nice position by Eery, attacking from 2 sides. And I think ultimately the damage he did to Eery's economy.
Was it enough though?
No, he did kill all the caravans.
Let's just see, is there any still up for Eery? Yeah, there's no caravans anymore.
On the other hand, if you look at Greeky's caravan line,
non-existence as well. One thing though, he kind of just freed up population space for Eery to get a bigger army. 59 villagers to 73. Man, these Asabara rates have just been like the game difference here. Even more villagers going down.
I think that's the story of this game. Eery with the Asabara and mounted archer raids, and Greeky just not having a good answer to it.
And it looks like he's actually hurting for some food here. He has 4k wood in the bank.
Should queue up some Tuxodis.
See, Eery is on the way to the golden age, halfway there.
Do you think we'll see some transition to a different unit? Or what kind of...
Some war wagons might be kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I like the war wagon. I feel they're a bit underused. Like no one ever gets them.
I feel like versus Greek, it would be a pretty good unit to have. They're so range heavy. Yeah, it just looks like Greeky's hurting for food. He can't get out enough military units to defend these 2-pronged attacks.
That's looking pretty bad. He's down 50 population. I think he's losing the fight on both ends. Maybe in the south he can chase away the
Should be able to clean up the south. And to see a Cataphract champion in queue for Eery.
Here we go. I think at this point Eery knows he's well ahead, and he's just going to show the entire arsenal of the Persian army.
You rarely do see Cataphracts. And there's a lot of hoplites here for Greeky. This poor little Greek town's all on fire.
Cataphracts are really not that bad, I think. Especially after their champion upgrade was changed. They now get 20% damage and 50% pierce armor. That's pretty insane.
One thing I actually want to ask you is, Eery's already getting max trade, but he does have saddlebags being researched, which is 10% gold trade. Will those caravans actually bring in more than 150 gold once that upgrades?
No, they won't.
So really, that upgrade's kind of pointless at this point.
Yeah, he's just getting this for the post-game stats, so...
I see. Just inflation.
The part where it says like how many techs he got, he can boast that he got more than 30.
Like, it's not a cheap tech to get. 500 food, 500 wood is pretty expensive. For really not doing anything.
I think he would have preferred to make his markets a bit closer. Or maybe to have retach his caravans to the other town center.
That's true. You could also put him like closer to that fortress.
Yeah, so ideally you want the 10% upgrade to top you off so that you get exactly 150.
Yeah.
So I think it's 137 and then you get another 13.7.
Be kind of cool. I don't know if it's possible if you somehow build a market and it would do a little preview of like the amount of gold you'd get. I know it comes down to game knowledge. I mean, maybe it's a good thing to have, judging that market distance, but kind of neat to see. So
That's a cool idea.
Optimize it. And it looks like Greeky just desperately, what remained of his army, just try to make something happen, and it gets cleaned up by all these Cataphract champions rocking that pretty cool armor.
21 Cataphracts.
Yeah.
And they destroyed that army.
They did. Let's have a look at these post-game stats. Let's see. Another great game. So yeah, it does look like Eery about 23,000 resources ahead, 9 techs ahead. So yeah, his eco was ways ahead of Greeky's. Still those raids. Did Eery actually get the max armor? He was working on it. Still didn't get the Golden Age ones. See if Eery and Greeky are down to play one more game.
Yeah, I did see a bunch of people in the chat. But the 2-minute delay is kind of working against us right now.
Should I restart the stream without it, or?
I think we're better off having one big video.
Yeah.
So I think we should. Eery is saying he's really tired.
Is he? Okay. Now, do you want to hop in for a game versus Greeky? You're up to it?
I was actually more thinking of forcing Eery to play one more. I mean, he's been winning. If he loses one out.
Let's see. Play one more. see, I'm gonna look at the villager production graph here. It's fairly even till the 13-minute mark, and then just all the raids of Eery. See how he chopped away at Greeky's villager population.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, constantly chipping away both sides with the bowman on the right and the Asabara mounted archer on the left.
Well, they want to do a 2v2. I don't know.
Nah, that's never gonna do that. And we just need to pressure Eery into.
Yeah, let's play one more. Let's make this a best of 5, and if he really wants to go to bed, he has to end it.
Yeah, I like your thinking.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
We did it. We did it.
Yeah, success. Okay, let's let them choose the next map, and then change civs if they choose to.
Maybe I mean, since we're making the rules, we could also just say Greeky can pick the civilization of Eery. I mean, let's see how far we can.
Push this, eh? Like it.
Looks like the lag was also still playable. Right, guys, so we'll just do one more game. Actually, we'll make
potentially.
It
what if Greeky? What if Greeky wins? Oh, he's choosing equal footing, eh? I mean,
I like how you're pushing Eerie's boundaries.
With a condition.
Ooh, Greeky changes.
Ooh. I mean, it's always good to diversify your civ pool selections. Well, he's gonna make Eery go Greek. Interesting. What do you think? What's your guesses? What's Greeky gonna come in with?
All my Gerdas are on Celts.
All your Gerdas on Celts, and you were right. How did you know that? What a guess.
Oh, Greeky, I mean, the name says it all. He only plays Greek.
Yeah.
And sometimes when he's forced to play another civ, he always picks Celts. I've never seen him play a different civ.
Interesting to see how he plays this. Oh, Eery actually did not come in as Greek. Okay, so looks like he's gonna be okay with it. I'm down to see some Egypt.
Equal footing. Yeah, this is the matchup we've been seeing a lot. Well, actually, we saw it a lot. I think it was a year and a half ago, when basically everyone was only playing Celts, Egypt, or Persia.
Mm-hmm.
And especially this matchup, Celts against Egypt, we saw it so much. But I think at this point, it's a bit refreshing to see it again.
It always, I know back in the day, it always came down to like the Celt having to do that Age 2 timing push before Egypt could get to the Silver Age and get that champion Axeman upgrade. Because I'd always kind of switch the tides from Celt to Egypt favored.
So as the balance team, we decided to make it a little bit less swingy, the matchup. So champion Axeman, mainly by nerfing the champion Axeman upgrade. And also druids have been nerfed.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, it's still a matchup that's very swingy. So it really changes once Egypt gets their champion Axeman, and before that, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think it's in a good spot right now.
It's going to be great when Romans come out and.
Yeah, everyone has to learn a new skill. Definitely freshen up the game. We'll see everybody playing Roman for the first month of the release.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried about balancing them with that's another very unique civilization.
Yeah.
I remember very well from when the Babylonians were released, and they were very strong. They were everyone realized they were OP, or now we know they were OP at the time. but the balance team, these were the original devs.
Right.
They already had some tactics ready for us. So they said, well, make some bowmen, make some shield bearers, and then dance with your shield bearers in front of the bowmen. So say you're fighting against a Celtic army, there's longswordsmen, there's some slingers.
Yeah.
You don't want to be fighting or be hitting the longswordsmen with your shield bearers. Instead, you want to be dancing in front of them. So that's what everyone was doing, the shield bearer dance. But then later on, everyone realized lancers are
The way to
much
go.
better.
Yeah. The Lancer.
Yeah, they were terrible.
Okay, let's do our introductions, I guess. In the north, in the color red, we have Greeky playing as the Celts now. Do our little town center spin. In the south, you have Eery in the color blue playing as the Egyptians.
Yeah, so Eery up 2-0, looking to clear out the series. He's not building a barracks, it seems like, while Greeky on his south map already has 2 spearmen crossing the map. So I think, Eery is going for a fast age up and then a barracks. He may add a second villager to this barracks, just to get an X-Men really quick.
Wonder if he'll move that Priestess Sarah as well to empower that barracks foundation. Yep, this Greek villager, or spearman. Greeky's Celt spearman. Oh man, that's confusing. Starting to poke away at this villager. This is pretty, well, I guess this is kind of standard play. You never really see Egypt build a barracks in Age 1 if they don't have to.
They don't have to, but I think in
this matchup, this map might have to. Yeah.
We're seeing it more and more that people build some Egyptian spearmen. I mean, they're bad, but they're not that bad.
In this matchup, they don't really have a purpose, maybe until later in the game, but it's always nice to have that little defensive options, I guess.
Yeah, so Eery has the option now. I mean, he defended the spear rush. He has some X-Men. He can take a hunt now again. So he could add some more barracks, or he could maybe add in the stables. What do you think? What would your preferred play be against Celts?
I mean, I think it's always nice to get some camel riders out just for raiding. Kind of keeps the Celt player on his toes. Definitely for the second building, I would choose that stables.
As a second building already?
Yeah, I think so.
I see. Yeah, so the thing is with the Celt spearmen, they have such a massive multiplier against cavalry. They have 12 DPS as well. So it's really if you get your camels caught.
I guess it does hurt. But would you rather have the Celt player, would you force the Celt player to make more spearmen, or would you like to force him to make maybe switch to long swords? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's a big advantage that the Celt player then has to mix in some spearmen and then has less long swords.
And then your axeman could get the numbers advantage. So we do see.
Meanwhile, go ahead. I think we're mentioning the same thing.
Second town center. Both
exactly.
players. I like Eery's location actually a lot better than Greeky's.
There's some spearmen coming in from the south.
Oh yeah, they're gonna spot this. There is 2 axemen and a priestess of Ra though, so should be able to avoid losing any villagers here. Microed properly.
There's this one villager on the hunt with 70 HP who should have died a few times already and is still alive.
Oh wow. Oh, he's going for the priestess of the Ra. She has to kind of run away here.
And Eery's X-Men are on the other side of the map. think he's doing a nice job microing this.
I did see he did deny a storehouse slightly to the west of this one on that other camel hunt. But Eery did manage to get his town center up.
But only after Greeky, and if you look at the villager count, Greeky is up by
24 to 21. Wow, yeah, 3 villager lead already. I guess Greeky's spot isn't too bad. He does have this elephant that he was able to bring down, which does have that 1,000 food.
And once we get later into the game, it's going to be very nice to build a market there.
That is true.
Oh, in the meantime, Greeky having a really nice raid in Eery's woodline, killing another villager.
23 to 28 now. 5 villager lead already. Oh, we see another an Eery raid in Greeky's woodline. Doesn't manage to get a villager though. So we actually see 3 barracks for Eery opening this game, and 3 barracks for Greeky.
If you look at Eery's woodline, he cut a hole into his own woodline, and now there's another passageway for the to escape.
See little skirmishes all over the map here.
Yeah, it's going to be a difficult job trying to keep track of everything. I'm pretty happy I can be the second caster.
Yeah, another pair of eyes does help a lot. So we see more barracks coming out for Eery's. Building up to 4 now.
So this is really what Eery likes to do. He some time ago he popularized the heavy Rex play before people were building a bit more camels. Especially in this matchup.
So despite having 2 Priestess of the Raws on both these town centers, he is falling behind in that villager lead, 40 to 31 now.
That's a very significant difference. I can't help but think like something happened in the early game, or like maybe Eery missed a cycle or something, because also his barracks in his first X-Men was really late. He lost the hunt, or he couldn't even defend it. And then he seemed to be behind always a little bit.
I think maybe it was a little bit of miss macro too when he was trying to get up that second town center. I don't think he lost any villagers when he was building that, but maybe, yeah, like you say, he missed a couple cycles.
Oh, and Eery did a really nice job building some houses in the gap.
Very cool. Swordsman just really want to knock those down. Eery is forced to pull his 2 priestesses of Ra. Actually, he built a 3rd. 9 axemen to the 15 lawn swords. It's Greeky actually pushing into the woodline. Or could.
He's kind of spreading his damage here. There's some priestess healing.
This might not be a good spot for these lawn swords. I mean, they're trading.
Ahura Master, bless.
And they're denying all this gathering.
Caps 04 is now part of Celeste. Welcome to the stream, the AOEO community. Yeah, there was actually a push out by Eery, 27 axemen and a priestess. So he did some damage to houses, but I don't think he took any villagers out. So you see both players have an armory now. Greeky is getting the temper upgrade. That's his first, which I think is appropriate.
And he can afford to get all these upgrades because he's up by 12 villagers. 13 now. It's pretty insane at this point. I would say this is his game, and
yeah, he does take down that Priestess of Ra on Eery's second town center. That little raiding party.
Yeah, nice snipe. You can never count Eery out. He is known as the comeback king.
Oh yes. So. It's a good nickname to have in a strategy game, I feel. That king.
Yeah, it is. We could use some more nicknames for the community overall. Maybe the chat can help us out. What would the Ace-9's nickname be?
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Do you see a pretty big fight kind of happening in the middle of the map? Does look like Greeky has the numbers advantage.
And the upgrade advantage.
Eerie's just finishing temper now, so he's probably waiting. Okay, now it looks like it might be go time. He wants to fight now. Could kind of sandwich this Greeky army, but I think the speed advantage of Greeky is allowing him to fight one army at a time. And doing a good job going between them.
I think Eery does have the numbers here.
And he has that 5 priestess.
Yeah, that's very nice. And where are the druids actually?
Yeah, to see
I think Greeky realized the same thing.
Yeah, starting 2 sacred groves being built now.
Not 1, but 2.
He has a lot of gold in the bank. He does have the Silver Age and Q.
I think he has some issues spending his resources. Let's see, how much production does he have? He only has the 3 barracks. I think by now he would have liked to have those sacred groves earlier or
double
some more.
that. Yeah, he's got 1,800 wood in the bank.
I think what's happening here is that Greeky is used to playing Greeks, of course, and the Greek army is overall a bit more costly and also more pop efficient. So, but it also means that you need your. I think that means that you need your 4th military building a bit later.
Just realized I had the names kind of reversed accidentally on the top, but it's fixed now. For the scores, and it's actually a pretty big push in by Eery. I mean, with defender's advantage and these druids now, I don't think might have overstayed his welcome.
Yeah, nice defense by Greeky. Those druids just came just in time.
Oh yeah.
It's not over.
I think he's noticed Greeky has reached the Silver Age, so now's a good time to push in while he has a numbers advantage. Might be able to deny Greeky's 3rd town center if he spots it.
Oh, you're right.
I think Greeky really needs to use this town center to maybe try and pick off some of these priestess. Which he is doing now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened in this game. Greeky was ahead by so much, and I think he just didn't spend his resources. He's still up by a lot of villages, just doesn't have any army anymore. He has the H3, he has Longsword's champion in queue, but there isn't any Longswordsman left to be champion.
Oh man, and Eery smells blood. He's just rallying forward reinforcements here. There's axemen all over the place. And wow, just that timing push by Eery. Able to take this game. I thought Greeky was playing really well. Just a little bit miss macro.
Greeky had this, yeah. Yeah, he says also he didn't make enough production.
Mm-hmm. He had the push game. Had the village lead. Pecks were pretty much even. Great timing push by Eery. Manages to make this, I guess, best of 5, 3 games. Just really want to go to bed.
Yeah, playing his heart out. The quickest game in the series.
I definitely thought it was going to go longer than that, the way Greeky was playing. I think he was kind of on point. Okay. I don't think we have any other players on. We might want to play a show match.
I think this will be a good time to stop keeping the crowd waiting. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Give them. Mind you, these games have been good. I'm sure they enjoyed watching them, but I know some people in the chat are probably eager to hear what we got to say.
Interesting to see you use the word eager.
Eager, yeah. Okay.
I mean, you're the eageriest of them all.
Yes. So let me just pull this up. So, do you want to do the honors or should I?
I think I'll leave it up to you.
Okay, everybody. Some exciting news to announce. We have a new tournament announcement. So, let's... Ba-bam! Cup of Beer 6. Probably not what people expected. I think they were thinking it was going to be the Roman tournament, but pleased to announce the Cup of Beer 6, which is going to help probably fund the Roman tournament, but it is pretty exciting stuff. There's some rules we'd like to share with you guys. Of course, it's...
Yeah, I think maybe we should start with the clip of the main donator from the tourney.
Okay, so of course, Cup of Beer 6 is, or the Cup of Beer tournaments have been hosted by Lacombe. He's making all this possible. We have a clip from him. He'd like to share some words, so let's give this a listen.
So hello to everyone. I'm really happy to throw the last Cup of Beer tournament. So this one, it should be the 6th. So don't be worried. I'm not completely full. I know that the 5th is not done. In fact, we have done 2 fourths Cup of Beer, so that's why the number seems to be a bit strange. But that's it. So it's really the 6th one. Thanks to all the people inside the Discord channel, we managed to do something that should be even better than the last time. So first of all, we will try to do group stage and after a final stage. And to be really cool, we should have had some great cash prize. So myself, I put an amount, and Eery with his bank doing the same, and we managed to reach $320. And what is great is to be able to reward all the players that will access to the final stage. I think it's really good, and so all the price will be tell at this moment. But to be clear, the first will receive the $130, and the second $80, the third $50. So in fact, the same amount at the winner of the last edition. So the $50, the fourth $20, and the one from 5 to 8 will receive each $10. So this is for the price, and of course, just keep in mind that the real aim is to have outstanding PvP. And I hope that you will show real great gameplay. We have changed the bad rules of the last time. So in fact, I don't force the player to change every game of their civilization. They will need only to do it 2 times during. They will have to play two different civilizations during the series. And the other thing is that the community will be involved to choose the map of the first game of every series and final stage. At this moment, it will allow to every player to know exactly which one will be the map that will be played, and of course you will have always the ability to ban one map from the map pool, and after it should be only the loser that will choose the map, the next map for the next round. That way it should be really more great, I think, more fair. It's something that is important. and I think we have find some good rules, and I hope that everyone will enjoy that. So the first, so the sign up are open till the mid-July, so the 15th of July. And the first group will be played. Everything is on the challenge, and the first group will be played, the group A, on July, the 18th of July. So I hope that you will enjoy that, and you can be proud of what the community is doing, and it's really good to have such amazing community on this game, and I'm really happy to be able to realize this 6th edition with all of you. Have a good day and enjoy.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and we're already at the 6th cup of beer. It's amazing, and Lacan stepping up once again to organize a tournament. So for those of you who missed the last cup of beer, it was actually the cup of beer 4, as Lacan just said. So we're now at cup of beer 6. Don't ask why. Maybe it's because of the beers. Yeah, so let's do a small recap of the rules we just heard, or the planning for the tournament. So first of all, it's the tournament will be open to everyone. So everyone who wants to give it a shot to take this $320 prize pool, feel free to sign up. So we will open the information in the PvP Discord, and I will post it on some places, so you can sign up on challenge. So I will post the brackets in the chat now as well. So it will show up for you guys in 2 minutes, and that's where you can sign up on the challenge site. Yeah, so tournament will be 16 players and will consist of 2 stages. So first there will be a group stage. So the 16 players will be divided in 4 groups. So 4 groups of 4 players, and then everyone plays in their group. And then the 2 best players of each group will advance to the second round. So it will be 8 players, and then in this second stage we will have single elimination. That means that there's no second chances, as opposed to earlier tournaments. Yeah, and then when will it start? So it will start 2 weeks from now. So the signups are open right now, and will be open for another week. So they will close next Sunday, and basically from then onwards, from 2 weeks, so Sunday the 19th onwards, every weekend there will be a stream right here with some tournament games on the official Twitch channel, and of course they will also be uploaded to YouTube afterwards. Yeah, so of course if you want to participate, you will also have to be in the PvP Discord, so we will again make channels for every match, and have all the information and the discussion there. So feel free to discuss in the tournament discussion channel there. Right, so yeah, for Greeky we already know what he will play. Who knows? Yeah, I would love to see that. Love to see some different tips from Greeky, because he's been playing really well. Yeah, so the civilization rules are a bit less strict than in previous tournaments. So in previous tournaments we The rules usually were that you cannot play the same civilization back to back, or you cannot play the same civilization at all within a series, like within a best of 5 or something. This time around, you just have to play 2 civilizations during the series. So you could play the same civilization for all games, and then when it's potentially the final game, you switch to your weaker civilization. So what do you think of these rules? What do you think of this Civ rule? Yeah, I think so too. And also, I think it allows players to prepare games a bit more. So in previous tournaments, so in the starting few tournaments in Celeste, we saw some players, and especially Mista, and I think also Recon, really prepare a certain strategy on a certain map with a certain civ, and well, being a bit more flexible with these less strict civ rules. I hope we'll see more of that. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the classic, the Mista's champion Egyptian spearman spam with some proxy barracks. I'm hoping to see stuff like that. So what can you tell us about the map rules? Yeah, exactly. So this time you can already have a plan in case you lose, what civ you will play, what map you will play, a bit more than in previous tournaments. Yeah, so it's going to be a map pool of 9 maps, and so this will include the newer maps. So we just saw Ghost Lake being played in game 2 of Greeky against Eery. That will be in the map pool, in addition to Watering Hole and Inland. So these are all maps that Recon made over the past, I think, year. And we've seen them a bit in tournaments, but not that much. So I don't think we've had a tournament with Ghost Lake yet. May have been the last tournament already. But I'm excited to see some of these new maps. Always very refreshing after having played the same Equal Footing, Mountain Crossing, Treasure Island for so many years.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm just reading the chat now. It looks like something was wrong with my mic. I can see it's working now. I'm not sure what I missed, but I think we went over I guess the Civ rule. I'll just quickly re-summarize in case it was missed. So both players are only required to play 2 civs in a series. I think this is maybe a good rule to have because most players are comfortable with maybe 1 or 2. So this should lead to more exciting games. Excited for that. And of course, in the series, when it comes to the maps, it's loser's choice. So this allows, I guess, series to go on potentially longer because players can, I guess, better choose strategies on how they want to play, like which civs to play on a particular map. So I think this is overall a good rule change.
Yeah, I think the one thing we also miss is the voting.
Yes.
So,
map voting. So thank you, Wout. That's probably the main thing. Lacombe was really adamant to have the community involved when it comes to like voting for the maps to be played in this tournament. So make sure to check out the Discord. There's going to be a forum section where you can vote which maps you'd like to see, and then the top voted maps will be used for the individual rounds of the tournament. So make your vote heard, and yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So well, of course, we can talk all about these rules here on stream, but of course we will. We have them all laid out for you in the PvP Discord. So this time around, we've been pretty well prepared. I think more prepared than any tournament. So we can just enable the channel now, and Eery's done a great job in making a nice overview of the rules. Some further notes. Of course, we always rely on some nice art. I think you were the artist. I think you're showing the picture you made, right? Or the
yeah, don't judge too hard.
I think your work was the question mark part, right?
Yes. The cloud question mark.
Yeah. So of course we would like to thank Striker and of course P2K as always for helping out with these with the images, and it just gives the tournaments a bit more of a professional look, even though we're just a fan game.
Yeah. Very very talented artists, PF2K and Striker. It's always nice to see their work.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to say is, we've been doing these tournaments for a few years now, and we rely on the donations from the community. We've gotten some today as well, so thanks for that. I think it was Rex who donated $10. So with the Romans coming up, we would like to make a pretty big event there, and so we had a discussion on how do we what do we organize for the Roman event, and we decided to keep a small portion of the money we have in the bank right now, keep it in the bank, and spend the rest on a big Roman tournament, which means that right now we have $610 already for when the Romans release a few months from now, who knows. And that also means that all donations that we receive during this tournament will all go to this big Roman event. So we aim to make this Celeste's biggest event. We set the goal at an ambitious $1,000. So I hope we can reach that of course of these next months. But if not, I mean, 610. It's already amazing. It will be a great Roman tournament, so that will be the next tournament after this. So that also means that there's going to be no tournament in between this tournament and the Roman tournament. So we can prepare for that.
Yeah, some exciting stuff.
Yeah. So I think I already said where people can sign up. So exclamation brackets in the chat. Signups close 1 week from now. I think we're at the part where you give your predictions. So who do you think will take this tournament?
Well, let's see. There's most likely you're going to see a lot of the previous champions. Haven't seen Recon playing too much lately. Zerden here and there. I think Troller is probably the most active. I'd like to see. I think Troller is going to go far this tournament. I know Greeky's the underdog, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited for Greeky.
Yeah.
But yeah, Troller, so Carnage, he did take the previous Cup of Beer tournament.
Did he? So maybe this is his theme, his style of
this
tournament.
Is his thing, man.
Yeah.
Drinking beer and stuff. I mean, he is German.
I'd like to see him defend his title then.
He is exactly. He's the defender this time around.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you make a good point. We've seen Greeky play just really well, also in the series. I mean, Eery was playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
But Greeky, and I also think with these rules where you're a bit more flexible in the civilizations. So you could play Greek all game and maybe switch to your Celts for one game in the series. I think it kind of favors the underdog Greeky.
We'll see. Do you know of any potential balance patches in the near future? See if that has an effect on Greek or not.
So what kind of balance patch are you thinking of?
I don't know. Prodromos, I mean, they're a great unit. We'll kind of be interested to see if they get tweaked a bit. I know.
You want to see a nerf on Prodromos?
Yeah, a little bit. You can kind of see that. Most people, I've never seen so much Greek played lately. I think they're probably the main culprit.
Yeah, I think, I would agree. Programmers are really good, and they've seen 2 pretty big buffs in Celeste so far. On the other hand, it's probably not a good idea to hold balance changes during the tournament. So I think if we're going to see balance changes, it will be after the tournament. So the tournament will run until August.
Yeah, I think it's
August 9.
Yep.
Yeah, so probably any balance changes, any nerfs to programmers will probably happen after that. And personally, I would be in favor. Maybe the Hippocamp needs some more love, and the programmers can sit back for a bit.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I am pretty happy to see, even if Greeks are too strong, which is very much up for discussion right now. Then it's about time. They've been so weak for so long, especially during the original game.
It is nice to see them get some love and have some success on the battlefield. Okay. Well, I think that's it for today. Thank you so much, Wout, for joining me and co-casting.
Thanks for hosting. I had a blast. It was our first time co-casting, right?
I think so.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then thank you again to Calm and Artisher and the rest of the community for your donations and making Cup of Beer 6 possible. And thank you, Greeky and Eery, for entertaining us for, I guess, a couple hours here. Some great games, and excited to see more from them in the tournament, that's for sure. Okay.
Sure. All right, bye, guys.
Yeah, bye, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.